Those that vote against this bill are people that must go home. 2027 is coming. You will go home if you vote against this bill. Let us vote in support of Kenyans. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
This is Parliament, where the bills are created, amended, and enacted later to be the laws that the president will use to govern and rule the country. And when the common mwananchi will face a pinch in his pocket in terms of taxes, this is the house to ask, because they have people that we call members of parliament, and their work is to make sure they do a representation of the views of the mwananchi. But when we come to Kenya currently, we have what we call the Finance Bill 2024, that you need to ask yourself, do you have a leader who has represented your views very well in that bill, or you have sent somebody there who is not ready to give your views? And when it comes to manipulating and making laws that are pinching the mwananchi, you need to ask yourself, whom did you send to the parliament? Above all, some of the wananchi are still facing a heavier part in terms of the bill that is coming soon. And today, some decided to go to the streets to do approval to the parliament. Do you agree with Eric Omondi that the Kenyan parliament is a letdown to most of the Kenyans? Because when it comes to voting in some of these bills, they don't vote as per what their constituents have sent them to do there. Most of them, they vote as per their political parties. And some of these political parties, you need to understand one thing. They do what we call agenda of the party and the interest of the party. In whatever the party is interested and whatever the party is going to gain through voting in parliament, that is how some of these political parties will make money, through bargaining and influence in parliament. When Eric Omondi came out today, he was arrested, and some in social media are saying this is mere comedy because he is from a comic generation. And this is a question I pose unto you. Do you believe Eric Omondi is representing the views of many Kenyans, or this is comedy as is used to do? Now, as we go ahead, I want to hear your views down on the comment section.
Furahi tumekuwa hapa na chairman wa kamati ya bunge ya Finance and Economic Planning, Mheshimiwa Kura Kimani. Mheshimiwa Kura Kimani, kwa hawa wananchi wa Kimilili kwa maneno ya finance bill, mimi nimekufanyia public participation. Lakini wananchi hawa wamenituma maneno mangapi? Matatu. Wao wameniambia kwamba serikali ya Kenya inahitaji pesa ndio iendelee kuendesha miradi yao ya serikali. Na wamenipatia mimi jukumu command ya kuunga wewe mkono tupitishe, lakini mambo matatu ufanye. Wanasema Ulimwengu kote watu matajiri ndio wanatoshwa pia ushuru, ndio wale pia hata wale ambao wako chini wafaidike na wao.
According to Didmas Baraza, he confirmed publicly that his constituents have sent him to pass the Finance Bill 2024. And he says and he believes that the Finance Bill will only tax the rich. But the question comes in here. We have heard about the increase of tax in things like bread. Is this only for the rich or for the mere mwananchi down there? As we go ahead, let's hear from some of the members of parliament.
Ndiye maneno ya Finance Bill 2024, tupinge kuongeza ushuru, tukatae kunyanyasa mwananchi. Sawa sawa? So mimi nikiwa hapa, may I assure you and before wakoli mheshimiwa ya kwamba mimi naenda kupinga Finance Bill 2024. Sawa sawa? Hauwezi kuwa kila mwaka unaongeza ushuru. Unaongeza ushuru. Hakuna watoto hata feeding program. Wanasema hata ile feeding program ya wanafunzi kwa shule serikali imetoa, lakini inaongeza ushuru. Kwa hivyo mimi naenda kupinga, na najua mheshimiwa Oparanya ataeleza hapa, hiyo ndio msimamo wa upinzani wa Azimio.
Members of parliament like Gathoni wa Mchomba, they have come out strongly and defended the common mwananchi on this bill 2024. And this is what she said when the bill was proposed.
Make sure that I sensitize other colleagues and other people so that we can have the quorum needed to defeat Finance Bill 2024 and the Budget 2024 because of issues that we feel are pertinent to our people. It is unconstitutional for us to rush to pay foreign debt without allocating sufficient money to areas of national interest. Areas of national interest are education, which includes school feeding program, health, which is universal health care, including maternal health, agriculture, including micro producers, and water and environmental issues. Those are national issues. So the president is unconstitutional. The cabinet is unconstitutional when they put all the monies that are being collected in this country to pay foreign debts. The constitution clearly states before you pay public debt or foreign debt.
We have Embakazi Member of Parliament Babu Owino, who has decided to do a public participation towards the whole country, Mombasa, Nairobi, Kisumu, and different parts of the country, to tell the public that the Finance Bill 2024 is not considerate to the common mwananchi.
Comes to the Finance Bill, Professor, you know very well that Kenyans are suffering because of the high cost of living, and every year with the increment of the taxes leads to serious increment of expenditures without an increment in income in the pockets of common wananchi. Right now the Kenya Kwanza government is introducing a tax on bread. We know what led because of taxation of bread. We know the French Revolution, if I may remind you. And during the French Revolution, it was caused mainly because of economic inequality and social injustice.
The man who calls a spade, not a big spoon. His silence, it's what many Kenyans are concerned. But he had said this before, that the Kenyan parliament is not able to perform at the moment because it is held at its balls. Now, we are at that point where we are watching what the Kenyan parliament is going to do towards the finance bill. But some members of parliament have already proved and shown that they are going to vote this bill to pass.
Unajua Burukenge anaona lakini ni kiziwi, asikie chochote mpaka upige kigongo ndio fanye nini asikie. Sasa Kenya kwanza ni burukenge. Dawa yake ni nini? Bunge ni imepewa jukumu ya kuangalia vile serikali inafanya mambo yake, lakini wakaanza kwa bunge, wakashika makende ya bunge, wakafinya makende ya bunge. Sasa wanataka kuuza mashirika, makampuni ya serikali. Ile kampuni ya kusafirisha mafuta Kenya Pipeline Corporation wanataka kuuza. National Oil Corporation wanataka kuuza. Wanataka kuuza KICC na KCC, yote wanataka kuuza. Sasa bomba ya fereji ndio barabara ya kuleta mafuta ndani ya nchi. Ulimwengu mzima hakuna nchi ambayo imeweka hiyo chini ya mkono ya watu binafsi. Maana bei ya mafuta itapanda kwa ile kampuni ambayo itanunua hiyo shirika. Lakini kitu gani walifanya? Kabla hajaanza hii mambo ya kuuza hizi mashirika,
Papa wa Roma is the referee in this game where most of the Kenyans believe their fate lies in. In this house is where most of the Kenyans are going to realize if the people they elected to represent them in this house, their views and real representation is done according to the law. Now, as in the Diaspora stories, we are here to give you what we think is the best for the real mwananchi. Make sure you subscribe and follow Diaspora stories. This is your boy, Mr. Super Latin. Subscribe and share.